interesting in terms of, I guess it is probably one of 100 Thieves' best maps. You know, they can utilize the Hiko Sova to great effect there. Bind is just the map that everybody wants to play because it just is, you know, it's the coolest two-site map probably at this point. And so no surprise to see that one showing up. And then Ascent always seems to sort of be that closer. It's like the most CSGO-esque, the most simplified form of Valorant, in my opinion. You know, you've got the mid, you've got the 2 lanes. It's pretty straightforward as far as maps go, and not too surprised to see anything there. Split ice blocks, just very standard bans, at least in NA for now. Nobody's really super high on the Viper tech, I feel like, in NA at this current time, and both those maps are definitely like Viper specialty maps for sure.
So I want to go back to this idea that, again, this is single elimination. And I want to stress that because if I remember correctly, obviously we had a case where 100 Thieves got knocked out, and we've already talked about that. But Sentinels, a team that ended up winning the first Challenger event, they're going on to the Masters with those 3 other teams. Immortals, Luminosity Gaming, and XSET are the 4 teams officially that don't have to play in this one. They're already there. But the point being, Sentinels, they dropped a game earlier on, if I remember correctly, in the open qualifiers. And there was a good chance that they were going to be knocked out and not even make the Challenger event. So this is a brutal format in that sense where you don't get any second chances. It is a best of 3, but you lose that series, you are done, and you have to wait for a whole nother cycle, essentially, to compete again. So obviously, you have these favorite teams, such as 100 Thieves in this case, but the pressure's all on them too, right? Like, they're coming off a loss to a team that they definitely shouldn't have in the previous tournament. You got to wonder what their mental state is like. You'd hope that it's still feeling pretty good. They're not worried about that too much, but we're all humans, well, except Hiko. But we are all, everyone else is humans, and you got to think that possibly is affecting them.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm not too worried about 100 Thieves in this first round, and one of the reasons that why I like them so much in First Strike was because of the experience that they bring from CSGO. So nerves, not too worried about it, but you're right. There's always that issue, and they do have a couple younger players on their team. As we head into the agent select here on Haven and see what they're going to be locking in, nothing too surprising so far. The side of C4K going with the Phoenix, a Cypher, Sova, a Brimstone, and a Jet. 100 Thieves opting for the Nitro Omen, of course, classic. Nobody else really locked in yet other than Dicey's Jet, but likely going to see that Phoenix for Asuna, the Sova for Hiko, and Steel on the Cypher. Him and Nitro had some pretty amazing plays in the Garage C area with these 2 agents back in First Strike, so definitely looking to see that synergy up again.
What's that sound? What's that sound, Elevated? It's the sound of me rubbing my hands together because I'm excited that we got some Brimstone up in here. We've talked about this. And that was the one thing, a little bit of research we were able to get on this team here in Cotton 4K is that they played a Brimstone in their previous series in the first open qualifier. So I know I'm a rare breed that I like this agent. He did get some buffs. Omen got some nerfs. You figured, okay, maybe he was going to become a new smoker for a lot of teams. We saw in the previous open qualifiers and just throughout, that's not the case. Omen is still king when it comes to needing a smoking agent. But hey, Cotton 4K, maybe they're the ones that are going to help create this new meta in Brimstone. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep hoping, I guess. But let's be honest. It's never really going to catch on with the Zoomers. They're always going to go with the Omens and the Reynas and potentially just no smokes at all. We've seen that plenty of times in our pub games for sure. But, there is something just a little satisfying about dropping the hammer with that Brimstone ultimate. It's pretty good at clearing out something like Garage or, portions of B. Post plant is always a pretty solid option on Haven in particular. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I would expect them to go for some pretty fast executes. Of course, one of the biggest changes for Brimstone was getting that extra distance on the smokes so that you can really kind of pop onto a site, maybe with also Brim a little bit holding a flank or something like that. And I'm a big fan of Ultimate Frisbee. I like how he throws out those stim packs on the run, tossing it to the boys, giving them a little bit of a shot of juice.
That's the thing that I really helps make Brimstone is the stim packs. Everyone talks about the smoke, even the Molotov's obviously great, but yeah, the stim packs are actually sneakily pretty good in my opinion. But here we go, Elevated. We got round 1. You're on Haven of this best out of 300 Thieves. They're on the attacking side. as we mentioned, with Cotton 4K on defense. Frenzies are out. No surprise there.
Yeah, nerf this gun, please, Riot. We can actually enjoy pistol rounds again, but Austin gets the first kill. He's going to take advantage of it. As long as it's overpowered, Pico gets one, Dicey gets one as well, and it's a pretty easy site take on C for 100 Thieves. As the rotations come in from the A side, they're going to get potentially cut off and flanked here. Sneaky steal on that Cypher, cleaning up the round.
Good teamwork at the end there, especially as soon as I end up getting credit for the kill, but obviously peeking together, and that's a nobody dead. Bomb planted, easy round win for 100 Thieves to start things off. So obviously kind of just going in as we expected. Certainly the better team and the #1 seed for a reason, right? Yeah, you see the opening right here. Taking over Garage is just, it's hard to stop. I know, there's a lot of people in chat right now that would say, what are they doing? How are they not killing? Like, come on, guys. This is 100 Thieves that we're talking about. Not many people could actually compete against them in chat. Well, maybe there's tons more than I think there is, but.
If you are, go back to grinding your games, man. You got to prove yourselves. Climb that ladder. Asuna has 2 accounts in the top 3, so if you want to be the next Asuna, you want to be on 100 Thieves, there's an option. You just got to play a lot of Valorant and prove yourself. We head into round number 2. You can see a little bit more of a default. Asuna actually picked up a he had a Vandal, but looks like he swapped it out for a Stinger here. And maybe making a mid play here. Potentially going to push through this Brimstone smoke onto B, which is currently empty. See that Jet is sort of jiggling a sliver of information if they do push through here.
They're giving up B, and for good reason. I mean, B is not usually the site a lot of these teams will look to hit. Now, they spot them coming in with the bomb. Steel, meanwhile, that's a Bucky kill coming out. Not often we get those, but he'll take it. The bomb's going to go down. The smokes are in, and the hold is ready for 100 Thieves. See, Nitro's holding that Garage. Brimstone with the hip check. Is going to survive for now, but good luck to them with that Bulldog as they find a kill. Lucky is able to find a kill. All right, Dicey cleans up another. Mosho gets one with the classic, but the finish for 100 Thieves. So they lost a couple there, but ultimately a fairly easy round once again for 100 Thieves. But yeah, hitting the B side, again, not often you do that. It's kind of one of those, maybe that's why they did it, because you don't really expect it a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't really want to run into Garage when you know the other team has likely some shorties or something like that. B gives you sort of the easiest take on an eco, maybe, just because it's really just like the 2 initial corners. You smoke off both of the links to the site, and then it's pretty straightforward. You can hold from out in mid with like a Bulldog or something like that. So kind of makes sense if you actually think about it a little bit. On to the bonus round, though. This will be interesting. We see a couple Bulldogs. Stingers, not necessarily the greatest long weapons, so they're gonna actually fade away from C and A long, at least for now. We'll see where the hit actually comes in. They move towards A.
Yeah, they grab the orb. Obviously, get orb control there from 100 Thieves. Very important. That strategy you like to appreciate and see, especially as the matches certainly get more higher tier. These teams value those really in specific rounds too, right? Somebody's 1 away or 2 away, making a point to do what you can with the teamwork to get those orbs. So they made their way towards A, but they're not going there necessarily. Steel's up there, pushed up, but instead the team moving back to C. So they're doing a little bit of back and forth, keeping Cotton 4K guessing in terms of where they're going. 46 seconds remaining. You got to think C is probably going to be the play now.
Yeah, although you do see Nitro throwing that smoke into the back of A site where Steel is still lurking. He's trying to create some movement towards there. I'm sure they'll probably coordinate this here. Nobody biting yet as they throw another smoke into the Garage area. Asuna creeping up, might take first contact. Somehow hasn't hit it yet, but he does get shot down by Mosho. Virus finds another one. Those Vandals coming in pretty dangerous so far. Another will fall. Nitro goes down after taking out Mosho, but the push pretty stalled here. Spike down, just a couple of Buckies remaining. And a little rough for 100 Thieves here as they get gunned down at range. Defenders winning their first round with that superior weaponry.
Yeah, Bucky versus Vandal, long range C. Who's going to win that battle right there? I don't care if you're Hiko or anyone else. I mean, you're not going to necessarily be in the best spot with that Bucky. So Obviously, good kill from Var, a couple of kills even that he had, and yeah, great clean round for C4K. I mean, that was the round that they were supposed to win, right? They were ahead in the economy at that point in terms of the guns that they were able to pick up. So they did their job, and they were able to take that round, make it 1-2 at least, as we head into round 4. But now this is kind of that swing round potentially. We do see some ultimate status. Dicey does have his ready. Jet on the other side actually needs 1 orb. In fact, Mosho is going to make a point to get it, and he is going to activate those knives, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's pretty critical because he didn't buy a weapon intending to get that orb. So if 100 Thieves had been able to deny that, he would have been stuck on a pistol against the full buy from 100 Thieves. See them setting up in a short, though, as well as a long. Nitro's going to smoke out. It's like a smoke for heaven. Here comes the paranoia through as well. And Asuna is onto the site with no resistance whatsoever. See if Mosho goes for one of these double updraft plays, maybe over the top of the building. But for now, it's just going to be C4K gathering up for the retake. 100 Thieves setting up for their post plant.
Yeah, with the knives, as you mentioned, does have the updraft ready to go. See some shock darts coming out in default. Don't necessarily think that hit anybody. Got a Nitro advantage of the teleport. They got to go soon. There's the jump up as soon.
Shot. Nice one.
It's almost like he's ready for that. Well, nice shot indeed. Hiding under hell. Nitro's got the angle through the trap. Hits the shot there. Tyler finds one, though. In fact, 2 more going down on the side of 100 Thieves. Got a 2 versus 2. Phoenix flash out, though. What the spam from Nitro. He picks up the triple kill. As, yeah, the flash was there, but Nitro had the better angle.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, graffiti is one of those areas that's that wall right there because of the giant graffiti on it. I think that's most of the teams call it. It's just a corner that you have to check, especially against these better teams. I think they've really kind of... I was listening to, I think it was Liquid's coach Sliggy talking about this map, and on A site hold, there's always at least one person in graffiti because it's just pretty much the best angle to stop the push in from CT. So Nitro abusing that little corner to great effect, leading the team with 5-1 scoreline so far in terms of kills and deaths.
Aggressive play. I was going to say it coming out from Jip there on Cypher. He goes to Sewer is pushing it up, and 100 Thieves was definitely ready to gun him down pretty easily. So, yeah, the economy not in a great spot this round for C4K as the drone scouting up into B. Are a couple of smokes over towards A. It looks like they're replaced by Brimstone as he's also moving up. But as we see 100 Thieves, instead is creeping towards that C area now. So it's almost like 100 Thieves is reading them pretty well. I mean, they get them to move, bait a little bit, cheat over towards that A side, and now they're going to hit C, and they should be able to take it.
Yeah, run it back pop from Asuna. He's going to charge through into the CT area, look to clean out maybe this garage link area. Oh, clean headshot from the Phoenix there. And
yeah, I do that all the time, says no one ever, other than Asuna.
All right, there's a couple other pretty good Phoenixes out there in NA, but Asuna definitely one of the best in the game. Nitro, not to be outdone, he's going to get clean headshots himself, this time with the Phantom. Get that nice little singularity effect as well, one of my favorites.
How about that? Nitro 7-1-2. He's got the baby now there, and good times, but he's focused back playing some Valorant at a competitive level, and certainly looking pretty here. A couple of headshots to finish that round, and that 7-1-2 stat line. Got to be feeling pretty good about how he's doing and how the team is frankly doing right now, 4-1. But again, you look at the ultimate status. Lucky has his own run it back on the other side, certainly coming to play. Mosho picking up the operator on Jet.
All right, we'll have to see whether there's any impact, but you know, like you said, 100 Thieves reading it, they're like, you might have an op and C long. Let's just bang it B. Here we go. They're going to push in. Nice flash into a kill from Asuna. It's too easy sometimes when you only have one person holding the site. Gets a second one, taking out the opposing Phoenix. Nitro finding a kill as well. And it's clean. Clean for 100 Thieves.
It really is. That was a beautiful round. And I go back to the very beginning of that round. I honestly wonder if part of the thinking there of hitting B as fast and hard as they did was the thought that, you know what, they probably have an operator in Jet's hands. Obviously, it's not the most crazy thing ever, coming off of a bit of a save round. Where's that Jet going to be with an operator? It's either A or C, right? It's not going to be B. It would be very rare for the Jet to be B in that case. They hit it hard, they hit it fast, and they just make it look so clean and easy. You're on that round number 6. So the 5-1 lead. The ultimates are starting to add up, though, specifically for C4K. You now have, so in fact, what is it? They're stacking. See, we're going to have an all-out war.
They are. Dicey peeks into 4, somehow survives. A sliver of HP. Here comes the ults popping out. Brimstone ultimate being dropped. Oh, man. Austin has a great angle here. They are going to check it, though. burn him down with the stinger.
Okay.
We'll try to trade.
Well, they have the numbers advantage now. They're able to pick up guns. Nitro on the flank. He's got to land this first shot, though, if they do peek. As smoke coming down from Brimstone, and even going to drone on through to get some information. You do see Steel on the mini-map, though. He is flanking right now. Bomb is down, though. That's why they're all three just hugging it.
The drone ran out before it checked Nitro.
Oh.
So Steel's going to make some noise and try and draw their attention as the Omen pushes forward.
Nice smoke. Get that coverage. Did he pick up the bomb? He did. Steel got the bomb. Great teamwork right there. And Omen
they're
Tigers
gonna run right into the Omen. Oh no.
Last
Great
player
teamwork from 100 Thieves. What a play.
Great teamwork, but also, I mean, Nitro's, and that was beautiful. That was just a clinic right there on how to play Omen effectively.
Oh yeah.
Helping his teammate get the bomb. He gets a couple of kills in the process, and now we have a 1-versus-1. Steel versus Virus. Virus does have a bit of utility, though. A couple shock darts. He's got the scout. He's got the ultimate, even, if that could possibly come into play.
Yeah, he does, but this is going to be tough. This is where Steel, I mean, he lives and breathes for these moments, and he's got the cam. He picked it back up. Got a couple seconds on it to get his own information. He's got the spike planted for long, and the spike is ticking. It took a while for Virus to get over here, checking all these corners. He only has a couple seconds to go, and it will get absolutely gunned down by Steel there. I mean, like you said, just fantastic play from both of these CS vets. I mean, Steel, Nitro, they work together so well on this 100 Thieves team, and little things like that are just really beautiful to watch. As far as you know, that those comms are just like so on point. They know how to work together to just completely outthink and outplay their opponents.
That's it. I think Steel's got a nice little smile on his face. He's happy that he has teammates that actually use their microphone and are communicating. Now that is, we know how big that is for somebody like Steel. So he's certainly making sure that's happening for the team. Virus, he's going to scout down long. He's going to get a couple if it scans immediately. Don't know if he did, but he does have his ultimate to use. Doesn't look like he's able to get a tick, though.
Yeah, there's also a run it back available for C4K, but they're going to have to burn some right here as Austin is already on site. Takes out the run it back. Oh, Hiko guns down Virus with the Hunter's Fury. Mosho heads over with the operator, but this is going to be tough as Steel's lurking through garage, almost catches him sleeping there. Looking to maybe save the op for now.
Get that info. They're going to spot them. Know exactly where they were. A couple seconds ago, at least. Obviously, Mosho has an operator, and the question is, do you just play the save game here? If you're C4K, the operator is very valuable, of course, and you're 2-versus-4 retaking C. It seems like the save is probably the safe answer.
Yeah, but you know 100 Thieves are going to hunt for... Oh, the collat! Holy cow! And Jim finds Dicey as well. This is actually dangerous now.
Did I say save? I mean, go win the round. What are you doing, C4K? He needs to save. Oh, Hiko's going to get the easy shot, though, and Mosho doesn't really have time. Yeah, he is going to end up saving. But we saw that coming, man, with the radar or the X-ray vision that we have. They were double peeking right there, and they just happened to both line up perfectly as. Oh,
okay. He tried to play the edge of that one, but I mean, you know what? That got a little dangerous. That's a little wake up call for 100 Thieves. They still get the round, of course, but they got a little over aggressive, a little too eager to take this operator off the board, and lined up perfectly for Mosho to hit the shot. The collat, a little 2-for-1 action there. You know, Steel's probably like, all right, man. Yeah. Whoops.
It's unlucky, man. That was unlucky, man. Bombs down currently, obviously getting information. It's 100 Thieves this round. But again, Mosho was able to save that operator. She currently is in the back of B. It actually has her knives out. Okay. Did she give it off? Yeah. Oh, Tylo has the operator now, so she handed off the operator, picks up the knives.
Interesting.
Well, one-shot opportunities there.
Yeah,
and they were both
like
holding B too, which is interesting, but no B.
Yep, they're gonna go back to this little default for 100 Thieves. 3 players A, 2 players C, trying to create little cross-map movement out of the side of C4K and then play off of that. But it's working, just like clockwork for 100 Thieves. You can see 4 players shading towards C. Even the Cypher starting to make a move as well. No information on his cam. He's going to potentially back up. And this is going to be an overwhelming push from 100 Thieves if they go in the next maybe 5 to 10 seconds.
40 seconds remaining. They're going to drone it first, play it very safe. Cypher, as mentioned, is in there. Jet's creeping over. Drone, I don't think it spotted anybody. Here come the smokes from Brimstone now. Asuna, no surprise, going to lead the way. Jet knives, no! Asuna wins that battle, but a 2-for-2 trade. So we got a 3 versus 3 situation. The bomb is down, by the way, towards long A. So favoring C4K right now with 17 seconds remaining. They pick up the bomb. He's going to go for the default spot with the Hunter's Fury. He gets in a jump up at least. Another shot. Steals.
Oh,
He
nice
goes
coverage
down.
by
He
Dicey.
didn't get the plant.
No.
7 seconds remaining. Dicey has to plant this. He needs the coverage.
Here comes the push. He goes, got to step up. 1,
Yeah.
2.
You know he's clutching that.
Of course.
Very
2v2
close
situation. Hiko, well, really more like a 2v1 since Dicey's planting the spike. Had just enough time. That was awfully close. The Hunter's Fury delaying it enough for the Brimstone to get the kill there initially. And you know what? 100 Thieves scrambling, but still up 8-1 at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, that was obviously a very, very close round. And the big picture, though, the 1-8 score, that's what matters the most. C4K, they are able to buy. Again, thankfully, have the Vandals, the Phantoms mixed in. No ultimates online, though, for them at least. 100 Thieves. They got 3, and here's one of them. Run it back, Asuna. Going in, gonna get a flash. Nice little turn, though, and just takes out Lucky. He just makes it look so easy every time with his flicks.
This kid's movement is out of this world. He's like playing Apex Legends in Valorant in terms of how quickly he's able to slide in and out of these gunfights. And it really just... He just out-moves people, which is crazy in an attack shooter with movement that's so slow like Valorant.
Couple more headshots coming into play. Virus got his own headshot, though. Nice flank on the Nitro. Asuna, though, takes advantage of Mojo missing initially. Goes with a crouch and a triple kill for the Phoenix. Virus, 1 versus 3. He has full utility, but good luck getting into that A side. He is also having to deal with Hiko, who's creeping around that mid area. They push up. Oh, the flash actually hit.
He missed.
And Asuna's not missing that one. Yeah, he missed initially, but, you know, just nobody's too perfect, all right?
Yeah, he'll recover that. He's probably kicking himself. I definitely was watching some of his streams recently to make a video on him, and he was constantly talking to himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm running while shooting. Oh man, how did I miss that?" Like he just commentates his own play half the time, kicking himself. But hey, he cleans it up with 4 kills there, and like you said, Steel and Hiko were providing the backup, even though it was unnecessary that time around.
9-1 first half, favoring 100 Thieves right now. C4K, they're going to go aggressive Molly into the window. Nobody peeking though, but they're really pushing up that mid into the grass. You see Brimstone's already up there, and yeah, he's already at the window himself. Steel, if he checks this, he's holding the angle there. He's going to spray through the wall, and Tyler wins the battle down to 25 life, but he'll have the last laugh with the kill there.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that's a good start. I feel like we've talked about this like every time we've cast a Valorant together, where a team that is clearly outmatched on sort of like the strategic side of things will eventually just be like, all right, screw it, we're running at them, and then goes pretty well. So here we go, C4K with probably their best chance to win a round in at least the last 3 or 4 with that man advantage. They are going to have to deal with Dicey and the Operator in C long. Nice little cage to block off that angle, but Asuna is in, and Asuna is deadly in these close range fights. Gunning down Jip.
Using it as the walls that they are right there. Good job. But Hiko, he's cutting them off with the Hunter's Fury. He actually takes it away, thinking that he might be being crept on, but
Another
he is
back.
he's fine. And yeah, this feels like the 10th of the half. I mean, he's just using it so often, it feels like. He will get one, he can't get the second, but of course he's going to respawn. He'll be fine. The retake, it's so difficult here in that A site.
Yeah, I would say nigh impossible at this point. It's 2 against 4. Nitro makes it a 1 against 4, and they're going to try and hold on to this Vandal. But Asuna's on the hunt. Does he have any flashes left? Is he going to check the right angle? He's going to jiggle. Oh my god! How does he do... He jiggles, he checks the wrong angle, and then Ferrari peeks with a 180 to headshot. I mean...
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, somebody had to play 100 Thieves in the first round, coming off a very disappointing loss in the previous Open qualifiers, getting knocked out a lot earlier than they should have been. And it just so happened to be C4K. So the good news is, this is just game one of a best of 3. And we'll see how the things continue on, but now down 10-11, or 10-1, excuse me, here as we enter round number 12 of the last round of the first half. We'll see. Maybe they can get a second one on the board. Economy, they have to force everything, but Asuna right off the bat, they just spray down together, him and Dicey. It's like they just saw them through the walls or something. They knew exactly where they lined up, and they get them both killed.
Yeah, you know that Steele's loving this right now as the IGL and captain of the team. He's just letting his young guns run wild all over the map while him and the old boomers on the team take over the more strategic positions. Back them up. Probably sipping a Mai Tai right now, letting the kids do all the work.
Sipping that Mai Tai. I'm a Jack and Coke guy myself. That's 11-1 first half.
It is. Not fully clean. Not fully clean. It was actually the that bonus round where they were against the big guns for the first time for C4K that went the defenders away. But now we get to see those defenders on the attacking side as they get to potentially steal a pistol round. Always a little bit more random, a little bit easier to potentially take away from the more strategically sound team.
Are we going to a break here? Or are we jumping right into it? We're jumping right into it. All right.
Looks like we are jumping right into it.
I love it. Keep the momentum going. 17-7-3 for Asuna, but how about Nitro again? 16-5-2. He's right behind him. It feels like we've been seeing Asuna so much in these highlight plays and getting all these kills, but Nitro really just has been, I think you could argue he's been the MVP, if anything, especially with the smokes that he's putting out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're into the boring stuff like that, for sure. I'm into frags myself, and we're going to have some coming up here as we've got a bunch of frenzies, a bunch of pistols, and Steel on the C side of things. He's so good at this. I mean, just absolute madness.
Oh,
try and clean him out of the site. How is he alive? He's 1v5ing right now, still surviving with these smokes and cages. Will go down eventually, but just buys so much time.
I mean, he got the right-click kill, too, so Nitro comes in and cleans up 2 more. It is a 2 versus 1, but Jip, unfortunately, can't get the shot up early, especially against Dicey and Asuna there together. Really, not many can win that battle, so 100 Thieves, 12-1. We're almost there here in game number 1. C4K, definitely the force spy coming out, hoping to stay alive and run it back, force that OT. It's one round at a time, though. One round at a time. And it starts here in round number 14. We'll see what they decide to go with. You know it's going to be some kind of blitz play. They're just going to go hard and fast as something.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, obviously this looks pretty ugly in terms of the scoreline, but you have to remember that 100 Thieves is arguably the best team in North America. I mean, Sentinels, of course, probably the other one to potentially take that title, but at the same time, it's just tough. You're playing a bunch of incredibly skilled, incredibly well-coordinated players, and you're a pub stack. Let's be honest. You know, you're shooting your shot because you can, and that's part of the game of these open qualifiers. Is just going for it, getting some experience.
Yeah. Like I said, somebody had to play them. You get the opportunity at least, but this round, again, it's still a chance for C4K as Jip will get the shoddy kill. We're in a 1 versus 1 all of a sudden. Nitro ended up getting 3, but still wasn't enough to finish the round just yet. It's going to be Dicey versus Jip. And Cypher's going to head towards A. He's going to go get a free plant off. So they do have hopes of staying alive at the very least. But to kind of go back to your point a little bit real quickly, I mean, again, open qualifiers, the other way to look at it is that, yeah, this is just a great opportunity for teams like C4K to be able to jump in and compete against the best of the best in the North American region in this case. All the regions, of course, have their own events here. For the VCT, and it's cool that they decided to go with a format that is so open, and it's consistently happening. This is the second. There's going to be more of these open qualifiers throughout the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, you know, there's over 20,000 fine people of Twitch chat watching this game. So C4K getting their names out. Oh, and Jip with the headshot. Clutcher.
There we go.
Dicey. He's gone.
Get him out of here. No. Yeah, they stay alive though, so yeah, C4K. Hope is alive still. See how many rounds at least he could take off against 100 Thieves here. But again, goes back to 1 round at a time, and now they got a Bulldog down there, some Vandals. They're going to pick up the ARs, and they will have the gun advantage as we continue on here in Game 1 now. All those 13 ones in chat. Little do you know, I'm from the future. I'm here to tell you, you were wrong.
You know what? That's why they call you the Oracle sometimes. I actually don't know anyone who calls you the Oracle, but that's besides the point. You see C4K grouping up in A, and they have some Stingers, a couple Buckies to contest with, but they do definitely have that range advantage. I don't know if you want to necessarily run into Asuna and Dicey, though. These two guys, they're happy to take the fights without the gun advantage here, and they're making it expensive to push through A short.
Yeah, to your point, yeah, an even trade right there is really a win for 100 Thieves because of the gun situation. So they got to be feeling good about that. And now they know that they're coming C. Steel hears them. He's got that little trap there. What an angle. Again, you can tell how comfortable he is on these Sentinel characters, both Killjoy and Cypher, as we see here. Smoke coming out, Virus backing up with his teammate. We're going to think about going elsewhere, perhaps. We still have 47 seconds remaining as the drone. I think Hiko spotted 1. A little bit of information, but there's a counter drone. Virus, he'll send his out. I don't think he's going to be able to tag anyone, though.
Yeah, they need to make some sort of play here. It's got to be the Hunter's Fury looking for information. Okay. Gets a tag. Maybe? Nope. They're going to miss. And now Mosho's going to have to kind of dry push into this. Again, the Bucky from Steel will not be enough firepower. Mosho gets a second one, taking out the other Bucky, which is Hiko, and it's going to be up to Omen. Nitro with a clutch potential here. Stinger in hand.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, and he gets the ADS. Long range, but it will not be enough as Virus sneaks around the corner of the box, ending Nitro's life and taking a 3rd round for the side of C4K.
3-12. 1 round at a time. I'm going to keep saying it. Every round we keep going on, Elevated. It's 1 round at a time here for C4K. So they do just enough to win that one. A couple of good shots, and obviously the finish there from Virus as we check out that awesome replay. Shout out production. And here we are now in round number 16. So taking a closer look at ultimate status. They got Cypher, not necessarily the biggest one in the world, of course. On the other side, Dicey does have his knife, so you know those are coming out.
Oh, aggressive push from Asuna. And, you know, one thing that we didn't really mention going into this one, 100 Thieves did force up in that last round, so they again have poor weapons to fight against the Vandals and Phantoms from C4K. So this is definitely another pretty easy round if C4K can just kind of play the range game here, as they have so well in the early stages of it.
Creeping up.
2-man advantage, pushing now towards...
Nitro's there, though.
Only with a Sheriff, though, so not the greatest close-range weapon by any means. See how much damage he can do. Has the angle, going to miss the shot. Hiko trying to pitch in with a Ghost, but it just doesn't do enough damage. And C4K cleanly taking the C site now. This would be a Herculean effort from Steel to bring this one back, and he's probably just going to kind of look for some exits, try and steal a gun.
Oh, Lucky turns away at the last second right there. Unlucky in that case. But Steel, yeah, he's definitely just hunting for guns with the Bucky in hand. Hoping to get something. So yeah, C4K, they're going to win yet another round, make it 4-12 at this point. Just a matter of how little damage they take to finish the round as Steel, he's down to 12 life.
Careful, you're pushing into his domain.
You're in the cage with me, buddy.
He knows that more pressure might be coming, but will not be able to salvage any weapons there as Lucky guns him down. And so, yeah, C4K making it a little bit more respectable in the scoreline, certainly punishing 100 Thieves for their economic choices so far. But now we get to see the 5 rifle buy from 100 Thieves. And they also have the Asuna run it back, which has been a terrible, terrible problem for C4K to deal with so far.
Now, Lucky has his, and Mosho also has 9. So, again, those definitely going to be coming into play here for C4K. Dicey, meanwhile, up in B. And to see if somebody peeks into the grass area. Doesn't look like yet, at least. Brimstone is starting to move up. Gonna check window. Had to dash away. Could not hit the headshot right there. So everyone's still alive. Very healthy. Did he use run it back? No, I thought I heard it for a second. But
Brim actually just dry pushing up. No flashes or anything to help him out. very aggressive move from Kylo and will eventually get punished for it after he does take out Hiko.
Little surprised he didn't even run it back right there. Asuna, his wears off, but they had it on their Phoenix. And unfortunately, you mentioned Tyler, the Brimstone, he's had enough of this crap. Had enough of you youngins. Just gonna charge in myself. That's
like, Duos are baiting again. I'll just have to go.
Oh, show the knives. He ends up going down. It's only one left. It's Virus. Can he clutch and keep them alive here in game number 1? He thinks out the answers. No, Dicey with the hat trick to finish off the round and the game. 13-4 will be your final score. So, hey, Cotton 4K, they make it a little interesting at least. They end up getting the 4 rounds there. But ultimately, 100 Thieves are the victors, and they'll be going into game 2 with that 1-0 lead now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I think that we saw some good things out of 100 Thieves there. They were definitely super clean on the attacking side. They executed very quickly and decisively. Of course, they let Asuna and Dicey just kind of run wild at times, and that's usually the best way to treat your wild stallions. Just let them roam the prairies of Valorant and stampede over their opponents, which they certainly did. C4K, of course, though, showed us a little bit of life there at the end, and definitely looking to build on that. And like we talked about earlier, at this point, hopefully they're just enjoying themselves. You know, they're playing on the main stream, which is definitely a it's an honor, even if you're getting spanked a little bit.
Hey, not outside of the top tier teams, you do not get a lot of opportunity for this. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Enjoy the moment while you can. You're the underdogs, just have fun with it. And you can tell at the end there that they certainly were starting to loosen up a bit. So I mean, who knows? Game 2, maybe they can come out guns a blazing here.